Namaste and welcome to this episode of the Thursday Thoughts. Today, the 24th of October 2024. Yes, today is the UN Day. On this day, way back in 1945, 24th of October, after the horrifying experience of the World War II, 51 nations or 50 nations, their leaders wanted to sit together to discuss and tell the world, tell the humankind that this is not the way to live. In a span of 21 years, they had lived through two world wars. That is the World War I from 28 July 1914 to 11th of November 1918, and the World War II from the 1st September 1939 to the 2nd September 1945. So these two world wars urged upon the then leaders of the world then to sit together to crave for peace and make an organization for peace. Actually, the preamble that they wanted to write it read like this: We, the people of the United Nations, determined to save the succeeding generations from the scourge of war, which twice in our lifetime has brought untold sorrow to mankind. Yes, that was the preamble with which the United Nations was established in 1945. Yes, we have completed 79 years. Tomorrow we step into the 80th year of existence of UN. If you look back at the history, the evolution of United Nations, we as the common citizens of this globe, are we happy with the performance of UN? I know we'll get a resounding no, at least on the area of this saving the world from wars and providing security to the humankind of any creed, of any gender, or any caste, or any nation, that we have failed miserably. So now is the time. Definitely, it is time for us to think where we have gone wrong. There are few proposals that have come from the president of the prime minister of Japan way back in 2015, when he told that in the United Nations General Assembly that it is time for the United Nations organization, the UNO, to go for a big reforms. And I think it is I couldn't agree more with him. All of you would also definitely agree, because the simple fact that when the United Nations was created, the UN was created in 1945, only 51 countries were its members, and today we have got 193 member countries of United Nations. And not only that, there are so many other countries who are ready to shoulder the responsibility of carrying forward the responsibility of a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, and to strive for the world peace at large, so that wars are avoided. So you have the countries like Brazil, you have the countries like Germany, Japan, India, and so many other countries. Now, in fact, in 1965, the Security Council had gone an amendment. Till then, it was only 11 members, five of which are the permanent members. We know the UNSC permanent members like United Nations, United States of America, United Kingdom, France, Russia, and China. And they keep changing the non-permanent members till 1965, there were only 6 non-permanent members, which was increased to 10 in 1965. So right now we have got only 15 members in the Security Council, of which 5 are permanent members. We know the famous 5, and 10 are non-permanent members. So it's time we look for a change, maybe 20 plus. That is what was suggested by the Prime Minister of Japan way back in 2015. So not only that, I would like to suggest, I would like to think some more very, very rudimentary changes or reforms in the United Nations, because of the way we have seen how it works, the effectiveness, the efficiency of moving forward, carrying forward the game of peace, how the United Nations have failed miserably simply because we had the 5 permanent members who could put their veto. So decision making was so very difficult. So I think we can go for a change. I know I'm not the best person talking about it, but it is definitely time for us to think about it. From the age of veto, we have come to the age of vote. Yes, this is a purely, predominantly a democratic world, a democratic order in the world. So we should go for vote for every member country. Each of the 193 countries, we should have vote. If you want, you can apportion it according to their contribution to the GDP or their population. A lot of parameters like that can be taken. I am sure even the computer programmers will help the United Nations in finding out how to moderate each vote of a country. We have got the votes for like our MLAs, MPs, and whenever there is a voting in the Parliament of India. So similarly, we can have apportioned and proportionate to the population of a country or the performance of a country. You can give the factors so that they have equivalent to such number of votes, and we should go as per democratic policy, that the majority, if they vote for or against a motion, that should be carried through. Other things can be discussed in the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA. So my worry is in the field of peacekeeping, in the field of maintaining peace and providing peace and security to the humankind. The UN has a lot to do, lot to think and reform itself. So I am putting forward a few of those suggestions so that we will have representation in the Security Council. There is no representation from Latin America. There is no representation from Southeastern Asia. There is no representation from Africa. You cannot leave behind. We have seen our Prime Minister, beloved Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji is nowadays talking about global south. Yes, why we should leave the global south? It will be half a world if we are leaving the global south. So we should have equity and equal share of all the member countries, and apportion to their performance, population, and their economy, whatever you can, literacy percentage, or contribution towards science, technology, all that can be taken into account. But you cannot leave anyone behind. That is what has been the motto these days. It is a multipolar world, dear friends. We are no more after the end of the Cold War era in the world, in the 1991 onwards. We have been subjected to a unipolar world for quite some time, and that has not given any result to us. No concrete peace to the world. So we are now into a multipolar world wherein we should respect each and every country and each and every country's vote in the United Nations General Assembly. So it's time for the UN to make think again and make their preamble, which was written in 1945, stronger, and tell that we want peace come what may, at any cost. It has to be peace and only peace. Then only prosperity can be thought of. I mean, to just cite a bit of Hindu spirituality, Hindu spirituality doesn't call for acquiring lot of prosperity, or acquiring the empire, acquiring land, money, finances, and all that. It is more concerned about how much you are going to detach yourself from if you want salvation. So we should have more, the have countries should give more to the world than they have not countries, and they have to give it to the have not countries, so that there has to be a general improvement in all the nations of United Nations. Then only equity can be achieved and peace can be achieved. All this is happening because of the unequal distribution of power, unequal distribution of wealth, unequal distribution of all the assets on the globe, and time is running out for us. So we have to come together, sit together, and think of how best we can reform the United Nations. I mean, everything needs a modification, everything needs reforms, because 80 years is a long time. In the 80th year of its inception, I appeal upon all the great leaders of the world and all the minds, all the creative minds that are listening to me today, to appeal to the haves to go for a reforms that will be more equitable, so that we'll have peace come what may. We'll have peace at any cost. As we conclude any shloka in Sanskrit, the religious scripture of the Hindu Dharma, they always end with Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. May God bless each one of us with peace, prosperity, and good health. So with these words, I pray God to bless you all. Take care. God bless us all. Till we meet next time with another topic. Bye-bye. Take care.